Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, Richard Branson. You look at them and see the gods of the modern era, the titans who dominate the global chessboard. You see Branson piercing the edge of space in his own craft.
Richard Branson, now the first person to reach the edge of space in his very own spacecraft.
And you think, they are the lucky ones. Look at yourself. You're in college. You're hitting that 90% attendance mark like it's a holy ritual. You're memorizing equations you hate to pass exams you don't care about. You've bought into the script. You stare at your phone, watching their success on repeat, and your mind is a storm of questions and bitter realizations. How do I get rich like them? Is it even possible for someone like me? Are they just lucky, or are they corrupt? Did they just gamble and win? To you, the idea of earning real wealth, of living a luxury life, feels like a distinct, fading dream. It feels like something that only happens to other people, not someone sitting in a cramped room surrounded by textbooks. You think the answer is hidden in a degree or a stable career path, but you're looking at the wrong thing. There is one thing these men all share. It's not just billions of dollars, it's that they escaped a trap that you, right now, are likely stepping into with a smile on your face. So you double down. You hit that 90% attendance mark like it's a holy ritual, because that's what good students do. You stay up until 3 a.m. memorizing equations you'll forget the moment the paper is turned in. You've bought into the script without ever reading the fine print. Study hard, get the degree, buy the house, get the car, get married. You tell yourself this is the only way, but while you're sitting in that lecture hall, a quiet voice in the back of your mind starts asking, is this really it? Am I just a number in a spreadsheet? Will this degree actually pay for the life I want? Or just the debt I'm building? But you silence that voice. You look at your friends, all doing the same thing, and you feel a sense of safety in the crowd. You think you're building a foundation, but you're actually building a cage. Let's look at the math of your reality. 15 years of your youth, traded for a piece of cardstock that guarantees nothing. You walk into interviews and get ghosted by an automated HR bot. Your family starts looking at you with that pitying smile. The golden child with the bright future becomes the unemployed graduate living in a childhood bedroom. You end up staring at the ceiling in a dark room, praying to a god you haven't spoken to in years. Please, just give me a job. Any job. I'll work 12 hours a day. Just let me start my life. And that's when your self-confidence begins to rot. You start to believe that maybe you aren't special. Maybe the luxury life was a lie. You stop asking, how do I get rich? And start asking, how do I survive? The trap hasn't just caught you, it's starting to digest you. Finally, you get it. The email arrives. The offer letter. You feel a surge of relief. You think you've finally made it. You get a cubicle, a lanyard with your name on it, and a salary that, after taxes, barely covers the rent in a city you don't even like. But this is the dream, right? This is where the trap clinches shut. Because now, you start building your life. You take the home loan. You sign for the car loan. You've traded your 20s for a monthly installment. Suddenly, those questions you had in college change. They get quieter. They get darker. I hate this job, but how will I pay the EMI if I quit? Is this really going to be my life for the next 40 years? What if the market crashes? What if I'm replaced by an AI? You are now paralyzed by a single cold thought. I cannot afford to leave. You start to suppress your dreams until they stop screaming. You trade your passion for stability and your freedom for a benefits package. You call this being an adult. You look at the clock every Friday at 5 p.m. and dread every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Fast forward. You wake up at 65, looking at a reflection you barely recognize, and you tell yourself you were just unlucky. You tell yourself that the luxury life was only for people like Gates or Buffett. But here's the truth that will keep you awake at night. You weren't unlucky. You weren't a failure. You were manufactured. You were a product of a system that worked exactly the way it was designed to. It didn't break. It broke you. Go back in time, deep into the gears of the 19th century. The Industrial Revolution didn't just need faster steam engines, it needed human parts. It needed millions of people who could sit in a row, follow instructions, and perform repetitive tasks for 12 hours a day without asking why. The education system wasn't designed by philosophers to make you a leader or a thinker or a creator. It was designed by the industrial elite to create obedient workers. Think about it. Why do you have to ask permission to go to the bathroom? Why do bells signal when you're allowed to eat or leave? Why are you punished for collaborating, which they call cheating, but rewarded for silent individual compliance? It's because you were being trained for the factory floor. Schools are no longer centers of learning. They have become expensive status symbols. They take your creative fire and douse it in a bucket of standardized testing. They never taught you how to build wealth. They never taught you how to negotiate. They never taught you how to be independent. Why? Because an independent person doesn't need a master. An independent person doesn't take a low-salary job just to pay off a student loan. The system didn't fail to teach you how to be rich like Gates or Buffett. It succeeded in teaching you how to work for them.
So, what's the move? Do you burn your degree and quit tomorrow? No, that's not the answer. The answer is to stop being a blind follower. The world has shifted. The gatekeepers, the professors, the elite universities, the HR managers, they are losing their power. The most valuable currency in 2026 isn't a piece of parchment from a university. It's a skill. You stare at your phone and ask, how did they do it? They did it by solving problems. They did it by building things. They did it by learning the skills the classroom refused to teach. And here's the secret. You can learn any high-income skill on earth from the very people who master them, right from the screen in your pocket. Coding, investing, content creation, AI, psychology. The world's greatest library is in your hand, and most people use it to watch cats dancing. Don't be most people. And if you're a parent watching this, stop suffocating your child with the weight of marks. Stop measuring their worth by a standardized test. Let them explore. Let them fail. Let them be human, not a cog in a 19th century machine. The system wants you average. It wants you predictable. It wants you scared. Because a scared person is easy to control. But now you know the blueprint. You can see the invisible walls of the factory you've been living in. Take a breath. For a moment, stop thinking about the exams, the loans, and the expectations of a world that doesn't even know your name. Look at your hands. They weren't made just to type data into someone else's spreadsheet. Look at your mind. It wasn't designed to be a storage unit for facts you'll never use. There is a version of you that still remembers what it felt like to dream, before the system told you that being realistic was the same thing as giving up. Before you started apologizing for wanting more than just a paycheck-to-paycheck existence. It's succeeding at a life you never actually wanted. It's winning a race you didn't sign up for, only to realize the prize is a cubicle and a quiet regret that follows you to the grave. You are not a resource. You are not a human capital statistic. You are a creator, a thinker, and a force of nature that has been caged since the first day you sat in a classroom. The walls are thin. The door was never locked. You've just been trained to believe it was. It's going to be terrifying to walk away from the script. People will call you crazy. They will tell you to play it safe. But ask yourself, is it safe to spend 80,000 hours of your life building someone else's dream while yours dies in the dark? The architects of your chains only have power as long as you keep wearing them. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for the system to suddenly care about your soul. It's time to stop surviving. It's time to start living. The world is waiting for the version of you that refuses to be manufactured.